Good night, Facebook family and friends and viewers of YouTube. Welcome to another week of My Perspective. As usual, we always have some hot topics and issues to discuss. Yes, issues as usual, a lot of issues to discuss. And it's always some hot topics and issues that really boggles the mind a lot. And it's someone wonder what is going on in this world. Sometimes we wonder if it's too much to bear as an individual. And all we can do is just try to remain calm, remain positive, keep our faith, keep praying, and for the non-believers, just continue to do your best. Try to hold on to something that's positive for you and just keep pushing through the world crisis. Yes, I call it world crisis tonight because there's so much things going on around the world, but I've lost so many people. Just to recognize the passing of the father of, or the husband of Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, he passed away last week. And it just goes to show that our life, our human life is so precious. Also passing was the rapper, DMX. He was just 50. He was going through a lot of issues, as they say, drugs issue and financial issues through his career, but he gave us some good music. Yes, he gave us some beautiful music that we could dance, and he most expressed himself through his culture, his speeches, and his music represent him mostly. But I want to say rest in peace, DMX, because you try to represent the black community as best as you can. And you try to be that honorable person you can. You take care of your family. And it goes to show that none of us in this world don't carry our own issues at times. Yes. And it's just a fact. And we can all, say this and say that. But the fact of the matter is that he had issues which he fight through his life. And he's now gone. But DMX memories and his legacy of his music will always live on. That's for sure. Well, the monarchy, now lost, the father of Harry and Andrew and William. He has, I'm talking about Harry. I'm talking about Prince Charles' daddy. Yes, Prince Charles. I'm sorry. Prince Charles lost his dad. But as they say, there comes a time when age catches up to everyone, and we all have to travel that road. And it's all about that too. But yes, rest in peace. So Neville in Content Spring, Master League coach just passed. I saw that message. Yes, rest in peace, Neville. So many of our legends have been passed away, and it's a lot that people just pass on who we know, who have grown us, who have fed us. But I just want to touch on something before, I got a special guest coming in tonight. Her name is Grace Ann Johnson. Yes, it's Grace Ann Johnson. Listen, I'll let her introduce herself. And she's my first lady interview. Yes, my first lady interview on my perspective. So I'm very excited tonight. But you know, I'm just want to some point. It's two videos I want to talk about quickly before I move on to the interview. And there were two videos that came on. One with the JLP MP, they alleged that he beat this lady because she exposed once again a squatty video. And if you don't know what I'm calling about the squatty video, this is where this policeman was caught in compromised position having oral sex with this lady in a car, and it went viral. So this MP had the same thing with squatty, and it went viral too. And he took it's alleged. Once again, it's alleged. And I saw the video, but I couldn't identify it. But I saw the entire episode. It was awful, very awful. Yeah, very awful when what happened in that video. And if it's true, he must face the tough sanctions of Jamaican laws. And it goes to show the vulnerability and the bullish behavior of Jamaican men. It keeps getting worse, very worse. And you know, I just can't understand why our Jamaican men has become so brutal against our women. Yes, I say brutal against our women. And even last week, a woman's throat was slashed and she was found in her home. What kind of animalistic or cannibalism behavior have the Jamaican men have adopted? It's just totally wrong. Yes, totally wrong. And I can't say no more. And I said last week in my program, Jamaica women, yes, I said, Jamaica women has to take the streets for the sake of their own lives. And I'm not saying it because I want to say it. I'm saying it because the culture and the women of our country, Jamaica, is being brutally taken away for trivial things. And it starts to, for me personally, I say this with no apology, it starts to affect my psychic of how the Jamaican men has changed to such brutal, ignorant, people. And my brothers who are out there in Jamaica, please, if you have a friend, I just say, please encourage them to go and march for their lives, peace, and safety. And I hope the Jamaican government will start putting tough laws in place. Tough laws. I mean, even if you raise your hand, sir, and make even a motion, sir, you're being charged and locked away, or you get some whatever, what do you call it? They call it some, you keep away that, you give them some distance away, 20 feet away from them, because we got this Jamaican side to start protecting our Jamaican women. It's getting out of hand. And the last video I saw was a video of this former Jamaican college student where his father shot him cold. Yes, I saw the video, and it was so disturbing because as a father, why would I want to do that thing? Why would I want to kill my own son? Why? Why? Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that? It's just not right. Yes, someone said his son shot at him, but in the video I've seen, there was no shot to me. I saw what the father kicked his son in his chest, then shot him point blank. Shot him point blank. For what? That's his son. How can you say you bring that person and you shot him? You stepped in his chest, then shot him, and they went over him and kicked him in his head. He is a murderer. He must be given the full length of life sentence, because in no way I can do that to any of my kids. He showed cold and heartless behavior of a man who doesn't care for no one but himself. And I'm sorry. How can a man do that to his own son? Something is wrong in Jamaica. Yes, something is wrong. And I hope, and I'm keep on praying that someday it will change the culture of brutality against man and man, man against woman. And I'm going to say to woman against man, a woman against woman. Because everyone now has become cold-hearted, heartless, no love for each other. We've got to find back the love. We've got to find back that respect. And it's this thing about the gun thing, where let them have this licensed firearm, it's a problem. So, listen, I can talk as much as I want to talk, but my Jamaica woman, please take the streets. I ask you, take the streets. As some people say, you got to organize, centralize, and take, I say, a march in the thousands, not 100,000, thousands. And that's what I need. You got to march in your thousands. So I just want to know that we're going to invite now Miss Grace Ann Johnson. I'm going to add her to my live stream now. Let's see if she's ready. Hi, Miss Grace.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I am well. Not as hype as you are. I see that I hear that there are a few things going on. So, my heart is in pieces. But yeah, I agree with you. But I'm doing okay.
I'm sorry that you hurt me with my board. It's just that it becomes too much. And they say Jamaica, the developing nation. I don't want to take away from it. If Jamaica, the developing nation, these are things that a developing nation.
Yeah.
It should not mean no brutality against no woman.
Right.
And I'm saying that even if there must be something that can break that camel, because guess what? Break the camel back. Because women are a life piece for any man. You know, Miss Grace Ann Johnson, that for a successful man, there's always that first lady.
Yes.
Who's always
Absolutely.
And they always say, if you want something done, give it to her.
Get the woman involved. Get the woman involved.
But I just have to speak my mind, and my viewers understand when I speak passionately about these things. But and we need us to, something has to be done. We got to keep praying. We got to, something. I said the women of Jamaica should march. It's time. It needs to be time. But listen, I want to welcome you to my Perspective show. You're my first lady interviewer.
So excited.
I'm excited. Listen.
There has always got to be a first, right? There always has to be a first. So I'm super excited to be your first.
Yes. And I must say it's an honor. And I think it just made a coincidence that at this time, well, speaking from my heart, or I feel about what's going on, you just become the catalyst to even give us more input. But I don't want to introduce my favorite friend, Miss Grace Ann Johnson, experienced life coach and finance professional with over 20 years of experience. That correct?
Yes, absolutely correct. 20 years of experience in the field of finance.
Okay.
Um, in the
Mm-hmm.
field of finance, in coaching, um,
Mm-hmm.
I've been coaching for a lot of those years in church, out of church, but as a professional life coach,
Mm-hmm.
it's a new business for me. Not a new business, not new in terms of coaching, but new business in terms of this field, this industry.
Wow. So, Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
give us an overview of your life.
Oh wow. Well, I am Jamaican.
Ah,
so so I'll contribute a little bit on that topic
right,
in a few minutes. I am
right,
Jamaican. I am, I came here when I was about 14 years old.
right.
And so I grew up, yeah, I'm one of 13 siblings.
Wow,
So
family lad, family lad. Yes, yes.
family large. Some of whom are still in Jamaica. I still have brothers there.
Right.
And so they have their whole family there. And that's why
Mhm.
I want to chime in on what you were talking about a little bit
Right.
in a few minutes. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be where I am. I have my amazing sons, three boys,
What?
11, 11, 9, and 2.
What? Yes, sir.
All
Yes.
right. And then I have my husband who is always by my side. We've been together for about going on 17 years.
What?
So,
Yeah,
mhm.
you are. You have been together a seasoned campaigner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing well. We're doing well. We haven't killed each other yet, so we're doing all
No,
right.
no, no, no. And basically, what you say in the church is your life too, and all that, right?
Absolutely. My husband is the senior pastor for the church, Harlem Church NYC.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
and that's where, I fall under his leadership
Mhm.
and we lead together the saints who are there, and they are amazing. So we love being at Harlem and for the church. So I mean, apart from that, I'm venturing in. I decided
Mhm.
last year
Last year.
last year.
Yes.
And it was coming, right? So I decided last year, I
Mm.
believe it was about February or so,
Right.
as it was coming to the pandemic, I decided, okay, Grace, what is your next move? Because this is not it for you.
Right.
This is you being in finance is no longer your joy. It's not your passion. It's not your purpose.
Mhm.
You are in it because it provides resource. It provides a level of financial security
Mhm.
that I've wanted for several years. Come on, being a young girl coming up from Jamaica, a part of a large family,
Right.
you want to make it big, right? That was
Right.
my intention. I wanted to be secure financially, and our
Mhm.
early years of marriage were challenged. There were
Mhm.
times where we faced eviction. There
Mhm.
were times where we didn't have money to stretch. And
Right.
so once I got into management, into leadership in corporate America, I determined that I was going to go all the way up.
Mhm.
I was going to go all the way up, right?
Right.
However, after a while, I said, "Oh my God, if this is all to it, then I don't know if I want this." Right? This
Wow.
is this is not this is not. I wasn't living life. There were so many responsibilities. There
Mhm.
were so many. There was one time I was leading a staff of 17.
What?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you
Wow.
know. And that wasn't the most trying role that I had.
Mhm.
It was a few this year, last year,
Right.
and the prior year during the pandemic. I
Mhm.
was I was stretched so thin,
Mhm.
so burnt out. So I
Tired.
wore
You
I
just tired. You just
yeah,
tired.
I mean, was tired, 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 can done.
Right.
Oh my
Right.
God, but also I was frustrated and I was irritated,
But
frustrated
first,
because
but one before you go for what's affecting your family in terms of your kids and your husband?
yeah, yeah, and that's what
Mhm.
I'm saying. That's what I was going into. It affected mainly my family. My husband
Mhm.
put up with me for several years, right?
Wow.
Because
Good
I
man.
was so career driven.
Mhm.
Um, we decided to hold off for about 5 years before we started having kids.
Wow.
And that was all because he wanted to
Yes.
support me and my endeavors, because I was going after my career so hard, right?
Mhm.
I still served God.
Mhm.
I still did what I needed to do for the church. I was
Yes.
still
Right.
involved. At that time,
Mhm.
we were leaders, but we didn't have our own church. We weren't senior leaders of the own church.
Right. Right.
We were leading under another pastor. And
Right.
so I worked hard, and he supported me. But
Mhm.
after 5 years now, come on, come
Yes.
on.
But hold on, before you go any
So
further, what's your husband name? Because you keep on that about your husband. Oh, woman,
so,
you
so
you said
sorry. So my husband, Nehemiah Johnson,
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah
Yes.
Johnson, you
Yeah.
can
Big up
find him.
Mr.
He's also
Nehemiah.
Jamaican.
Yes. Woo. Nice, nice.
He's also Jamaican. So I mean, listen, and one thing I know for sure
Yes.
is that he treats me with the love, the class, and the respect that I deserve.
First lady.
So
First lady class. First lady and first lady.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly,
Yes.
and so part of why I love to speak to women and love to speak just to make sure that they understand their worth and their value is
Mhm.
that I had to make sure that I was there,
Right.
mind, body, and soul, so
Right.
that whatever man was coming around me
Right.
would know that there is no way I would tolerate anything less. So I'll speak to that in 1 minute, right? Um,
I like that. I like that.
yeah, yeah,
Positive. Positive.
yeah.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
We have to,
High
right?
standards. High standards.
And some men would say, "Oh, your standards are too high," but that just means to me, if
Mhm.
you find them to be too high, then I'm not the one for you. That's
Mm.
just it.
Bye
That's just
bye.
it.
Keep it moving.
Bye. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I'm gonna lower my standards just because of you. Then
Mm.
when I lower these standards, what does that mean? Then
Mm.
you get to do whatever you want to do with me based on your standards,
Yeah.
right? And
Mhm.
what are your standards? We don't even know yet. And
Yeah.
so that's ladies, if you are hearing me,
Mhm. They're hearing you. I got some friends. They're
right?
hearing you. And guess what? Let me
Never.
say this too, because guess what? I don't want to cut you, but what
Mhm.
you're saying is that a lot of women lack what you're saying. I'm going to be frank with you, and that's what it creates those problems for Jamaican women. I'm not being a little bit emotional. If I'm emotional, forgive me, but that's how I'm thinking and how I feel. And I know my brothers will agree with me too. You know.
Mhm. So, okay, so if we go back to your conversation, right, and
Mhm.
it's all gonna fall in, I'll tell you ladies why I'm here.
Mm.
Um, if we go back to the conversation in terms of, men disrespecting the women in Jamaica, and part of the issue is that I went back there February
Wow.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hmm.
One of the things I see is that because we don't respect ourselves, we can't demand that respect,
Mm.
right? And
Respect themselves. Mhm. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm
but we
listening.
don't. Part of the challenge is that we are not garnering the level of education, skills, and we're not utilizing what we have, in order to get to, in order to not depend on someone else.
Dependency syndrome. You're talking about the dependency syndrome.
Yeah, right. So when a man sees that, oh, she has to depend on me,
Mhm.
I have
Mhm.
to tell her, I have to show her her worth. I have to tell her her worth. Then that's when we fall into the trap,
Mhm.
because then guess what? We will settle for anything just because he's gonna take care of you financially.
Wow. And you know you're right. You're 100% right, Miss Grace. You're 100% right. When a woman starts depending on a man for a livelihood and a living, then the man feels that he has that eternal power.
Listen. What do they tell themselves? I can have four women
Yes.
on the side, right? Oh, she don't have to worry about nothing. She's getting her money,
Right.
right? May I take care of her so she don't have to worry about nothing.
Right.
Not at all. Not at all. Right. And so if we get out of that mindset that no, 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 no. Right. It's either you're with me and
Mhm.
or you're not with me. Right.
Right.
And if
Mhm.
you're with me, it means more than just the money, right?
Right.
Because it means mind, body, and soul. It's either we're connecting
Yes,
it on
ma'am.
all three levels, or you can keep
Mhm.
stepping. Because and
Right.
I know, woman, the woman there would probably tell me, "Hey, Grace, it's not easy. You can talk all the way you want to talk, but you're
Right.
not there.
Right.
Listen to me. I have family there. I have brothers there, and I tell
Mhm.
my brothers the same thing. You treat your woman with respect. You
Yeah.
treat when listen. I have seven brothers, y'all.
Wow.
Seven brothers.
Seven
Seven
brothers.
brothers.
Oh,
And
oh, oh.
and and one of the things that my mom taught them all is
Right.
that you treat your woman one woman at a
Mhm.
time with
Mhm.
respect and the dignity she deserves.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's correct. That's fair.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. Because if you don't treat her that way, then your child, your girl putting them,
Mhm.
I'll face the same type of issues,
So therefore,
right?
so if you're saying that Jamaican men have lost the respect of all women. Most of women, I would say, I don't know in general. I would say a lot of Jamaican men have lost their respect for the women of our country. That's
Of
what you're saying.
course, of course, of course, and that is because we either not demanding it or we're submitting ourselves, to being dependent on them, and so therefore they feel like they can treat us any old way.
So my brother Patrick Allen said to me in the chat room, said that it's best women try to get their self-independence, which through education, through
Hmm.
skill sets. So therefore, if they should have a boyfriend or husband, the, the man should add value to the woman's life.
Very true. Very true. It's an additive. It's not what makes you. The man don't make you. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't make you not one bit. He adds to you. Just as how the woman is supposed to add to the man, right?
Mhm.
We complement each other,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We complement each other and we help each other to achieve great things,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Or we push each other to get to the next level. But I can't make you. And let me tell you, if you find yourself in a relationship where you're expecting the man to make you, or the man is expecting you to make him, it's time to go. It's time to go, because you'll find yourself working hard and overtime at trying to fulfill his desires, and helping him to feel confident and comfortable about where he is,
Mhm.
right? But if
Mhm.
he doesn't believe in himself, and if he's not going where he needs to go and pushing and having the ambition and the drive, he'll take it out on you,
Mm.
right?
So what about the her side? The her side, I want to talk about the her side now.
Her, of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Because I don't want to cut it, but some woman say, "What, Grace can't talk all she want. More of my hair done in a week. I want to get my $15,000 to go to shopping. I want to get my Gucci bag. You have to provide that. Is that
So go and put your skills to work, put your talents to work, put
hmm,
your gifts to work, and go do you. Go do you. Go. If you don't have an education, I know you have some gifts,
yeah.
right? You may say, "Oh, it's no work, no over here." Okay, there are a lot of women that are faced with not being able to work.
Mhm.
My mother, she had a fourth grade education. Fourth
Wow.
grade.
Fourth grade?
Fourth
Really?
grade. Fourth grade. You better believe. But guess what? Did she sit down and wait for my dad to come around? No. She went to the seaside,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she took his $2 and she turned it into $200. All right? And
Wow.
she put the difference of that on us and in her bank account. She took it and she made use of it. She didn't wait on him to come and give her more every time she ran out. Not at all. She made use of it. So my mom had three different careers, right? In
Mm-hmm.
her time. She was a seamstress, she was a politician, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she hustled. She hustled. She went to the seaside, got fish,
Mm-hmm.
right? Every morning, then brought it home. The kids, my brother scaled it, my
Right.
older sister, they scaled the fish. She
Mm-hmm.
fried them,
Mm-hmm.
put the basket on her head with
Mm-hmm.
some bread, went to the marketplace, sold them, got her money, and came back home.
So, so you see, you bring this valid point, and I can attest to that. My mother too. She didn't wait my dad to be whatever much. She always go. She was always the leader for the house. She make sure I had food on the table every night. Never got to my bed hungry. She would give me some bread and butter, and she would always go get. And she earned far less than my dad.
Yeah.
Cause my dad was a police. My mom worked for the police, but you know when you work for civil service, sometimes they get a little bit of money.
Little bit.
Yeah, so she had to know how to make things happen.
Exactly.
And I think that's the biggest ingredient missing from our Jamaican women. That self-drive and commitment to make themselves better. You know?
Because because they don't know their worth. They don't know their worth. They don't know. No one has everybody. People have taught them go to school, get an education, get a good job. However, if they didn't go to school, what does that mean for them? It means that they're not valued. They have nothing, right? And so they bank everything on that. Some of them,
Yes.
they bank everything. Oh, me never got school, me not an education. But come on, do you know how to read? Okay, and if you don't, that's still not an excuse. Have someone teach you how.
Right.
Do you
right.
know? Do you know how to write? No. Then if you don't know, have someone who you know teach you how.
Right.
Find somebody to put in your company that
Right.
knows more than you do, so you can level up a little bit.
Right.
You don't
right.
need to. You don't have to. The man don't level you up.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
There are
right.
some. Let me correct that. There are some good men out there who will have the heart, right, to say, let me just help her out. Right? She's my woman. She has a good heart. Let me help her out. But then there are others out there, which is
Snakes.
off. Which you understand?
Yes. 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 Yes.
They're you can say it, right?
Yeah, I can say me and the snakes.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some
So
snakes too. Yes.
all they want is to get their yeah. And then that's it. But what are you worth to them? Not much, not much. And so you've got to know your worth. You've got to find your worth and believe in yourself for yourself so that you can go ahead and take the steps necessary to go make something of yourself, not waiting for someone to make something of you and for you to figure it out.
You know, Miss Grace, you make those words are valid. But the question I have for you: how does someone know their worth, and what are the guidelines as a woman you would recommend for any woman to know their worth? Because this is very critical for a Jamaican woman, and if that message can be spread across the nation, where they live uptown, they live in the Tivoli, they live in the Hornet, they live in Tencatcher, what would your advice to a woman? Because you're a life coach, and I want you to tell me now. We're going to go to that segment after you tell us this part. What would you recommend to a woman to know her real worth? What should she be doing to understand her real worth?
Well, what does a woman need to know their real worth? I would say, what do you have? What do you have in your purse? I want to refer to two things, right? Two things. What is your background? Where did you come from? What are your values? How do those contribute to your life? Right? And two, if you are a majority of the people in Jamaica, they know about God, right? And if God made us, when he made us, my belief is that he gave us gifts on top of gifts. And not just my belief, that's what he said. He said that he's given us gift on top of gift. Not only did he give us give us Jesus Christ as a gift, but he said he gives us undeserved gifts. That's what grace is. Grace is undeserved gifts. So every one of us, he gave us a measure of gifts. He gave us a bit of something. So what I want to say to you, sit down, take a seat, search yourself. Search yourself. Search yourself. You understand? Write it down. What is it that some people say to you? Oh my God, you do this so well. You do this so well. girl, you're good at this, why you not do something with it? You
Mm-hmm.
know, what
Mm-hmm.
is it that people tell you? All right, is it doing hair? Is it doing nails? Is it cooking? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it sewing? Is it
Mm-hmm.
is it working the books? Is it numbers? What is it that they beef you up on? What is it that you are good at? Search yourself and take that one thing and work it
Mm-hmm.
like you've never worked it before. Right? Take that one
Just
thing. If
them
you
two.
feel like that, you just need to start with one thing. You just need to start with whether if you can write, then write for somebody,
Mm-hmm.
right? Go write for a newspaper, do your poems and submit them, put them online. The resources nowadays for online, for Google, there's a way of getting your message out there faster than lightning,
Yes,
right?
ma'am, you're right. Mm-hmm.
So guess what? Hey, take the computer, you can write a poem, send it out, broadcast it, tell your friend to share it with another friend. You get picked up like nobody's business. If you love to talk, you love to argue, then do a skit, do some sort of, you utilize those things, those
Mm-hmm.
gifts, those skills that you have to your benefit, because it's not like it's not like anybody is gonna come and give it to you. We may want it
Yes,
sometimes, we may
right,
want it, but sometimes we sit down and nobody is coming. No
right,
one is coming. So what
right.
do? Take what you have. I think about this story in the book. I
Mm-hmm.
forget which book it is, but it was a story of the talents,
Right.
right? In the Bible. And to one he gave 10 talents, and to the other he gave 1 talent.
Mm-hmm.
One.
One.
One, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying, oh, me only have 1 talent, me only have one this, me only have one that. But use it, right? Don't go ahead and bury it. Don't go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and put it under the bed and say you don't have nothing. Use
Yes.
the one. Use the one. If it's cooking, then go ahead and cook. Me go to Jamaica February, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw this woman with
Mm-hmm.
her stall,
Right.
and
Right.
she make to cook crab, and she cook soup, and
Yes.
she all of these things. And I stopped. My sisters and we stopped, and
Mm-hmm.
I bought everything. I bought soup. I bought
Mm-hmm.
corn. I
Yes.
bought crab. I really stopped there for the
Yeah,
crabs
but
because I
no,
love land crab.
the foreign syndrome. Craig Butler, big up yourself. You're a coach of football, but we know the foreign syndrome. We go to Jamaica was like everything.
Because I miss it so much. I haven't eaten in a while. But
Right.
you see what I'm saying? She,
Right.
because of her ambition, because of her drive,
Yes.
she knew how to cook, and that's
Right.
all she needed. So she cooked everything that she knew how to cook, and she started selling it at the street side.
Yes.
So you have drive,
Mm-hmm.
you have ambition. Even if you have one thing, put it
Mm.
to use to the best of your ability and watch it fly.
And the one who, so in a nutshell, you're saying you got to search yourself as a woman. Sit down, find one thing that you think you're good at. If you don't have no, if you don't have no where's your high school education or no college degree, or you don't have, you just went to primary school at third grade or fourth grade as your mom did, but as you said, God give you one little hidden talent, and you have to find that within yourself and
Mm-hmm.
just work at it, as you said, work at it, and try and don't become dependent on a man to deliver your happiness
Mm-hmm.
or your sweetness or your lightness of styles and fashion, as my brother Patrick Allen mentioned in the chat group a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one question before ago. What about mentorship? Mentoring. I'm putting something before. What do you think about mentoring for women?
Absolutely. Listen, I've been mentoring women for
Mm,
years now, and I still do. For those that can't afford my coaching, and I see that they need it, I
mm,
take them, train them. I have one person that I'm training in Trinidad, right, in
mm,
Guyana. One person in Jamaica that
mm,
I'm mentoring to get to where they want to go,
mm,
because they're 22 and 23 years old. They don't have a job, but they do know how to read and write. And so guess what?
mm,
One person, She never even realized it. I said, why aren't you on the internet? This is what your age group does. Why aren't you creating ads? You know how to create ads. You know
Right.
how to create PowerPoints. You did business. Why aren't you using that?
Right.
We have so many gifts and talents. We don't even realize that we're able to monetize on them for our own benefit. But because we're saying, oh, I don't do it like that person, or I don't do it like this person, or I'm
Right.
not that good at it, right? Then how would you know if you're that good if you don't even try? Try. Try it and see
Yes, right.
how good you are. And while you're trying, get better and better and better. Tell yourself that mega put something, mega put one piece of wood in the fire and see and watch it burn.
You know, Grace, you have said a lot. You have said a lot, and these are powerful words you say to women who feel that they're not worth anything. And I would say this: all women, whether you're black, white, Chinese, Asian, are worth something, and
For sure.
and they must create that self-independence, because, as I say, the snakes out there, and the snakes are always pouncing to exploit, to use, to hurt a woman. And now it has become a culture in Jamaica where men are abusing a woman to a different level, which I'm not agree, but that's part of it. But Miss Grace, you know, you have powerful words, and to be honest, at 20 minutes to 9, I can't believe time has gone so fast, so quick. I'm going to touch my life coaching, because after this your life coaching.
Yes. So here it comes, right? Patrick Allen says that a lot of these women out just want to be in the latest style, so they lower their standards. True. Material things right now is better than their worth. They feel like they're worth more when they're in the latest styles.
Right.
But when they take off all of those things, what do you feel? What do you feel, right? And so I want to say your feeling of enoughness, or your belief of who you are and that you stand for more, it's not a feeling. It's what is in you. It's what you embody. And so that's what has to change. No matter how much clothes you put on, no matter how much a bag you carry, no matter how much shoes that is in style, it's when you take all of that off, I want you to tell me, who are you? Who are you? That's just it. Who are you? And that's what I want to get to. I want to get to the woman that you believe you are. The woman that you see that that you may have told yourself, or people may have told you, hey, you're not worth anything. You're not, you're good for nothing. I know. I've been in Jamaica. Some of the harsh words that we used to hear growing up, I had to help some of my family with the same things, right? But no. You don't speak negative to me. You speak positive, right? And that's what it comes back to, what you believe and what your standard, making sure that people don't speak to you in a certain way, right? And so being a life coach, what I do is I help women who are 35 and older, right? Or maybe younger, depending on what your drive is. I help them to realize that they are worth more, right? And if they're lacking in confidence, I help them to build their confidence. And if they're starting a small business, I help them to create and structure those business and to go ahead and strategize and make it work, right? So that's what I do. I see worth in every woman that is around me. Bottom line.
Yes, and I agree. That's why I see worth in every human being. And sometimes
absolutely.
Sometimes people have this misconception. Oh, she's not bright enough for me. Or the people in society say, "Oh, you do a master's degree."
Yeah.
God eyes.
Listen.
Is born.
Master. Can I tell you this, Sean? And I think I told you when we sat together. I got to a level in corporate America on a bachelor's degree. I was director of finance. I was going to be, if I had taken another job instead of starting my own business, I would be a CFO of another hotel. That's what I was going for,
right?
Without a master's degree, right? I was leading in corporate America before I got my degree.
Wow.
So again, it's not about your degree, ladies. If you have the drive and the ambition, you can go a far, far way. Let me
Mhm.
remind you, Bill Gates didn't have a degree. He dropped out of school. This
Yes. Yes.
guy who created Facebook dropped out of school and
Yes.
created his thing. You have the drive, the determination, and then look around for the guidance. Look around and get the resources. Tap
Mhm.
into people, and then that's what you do. You don't necessarily have to have all the money, neither do you have to have all of the education. But if you have a drive, I'm for sure, I know for sure that God gave you something, right? So I'm
Yes.
not even worried about that. It's just that we've got to sit down and discover what it is. So
Mhm.
I take you through a process to
Mhm.
identify what are your gifts and talents. I
Right.
take you through a process of identifying what is your purpose,
Mhm.
and what's the vehicle that we utilize to go to push it through with your passion,
Mhm.
right? So that's what I take you through on this journey, right? And making sure that you succeed at what you do. So success for me is not having all the money in the world, but it's
Mhm.
living out your purpose. It's being
Mhm.
excited and not about what you do every day. When
Wow.
you wake up, I'm now after I started my business, I'm excited to get up and to live each day.
Right.
Before, I was dragging. I was like, oh, I don't want to get up.
Wow.
I don't want to do these people's job.
You were in that resistance mode in terms of, yes, this is just were unhappy, and you're saying that in order for you to fulfill your self actualization, you got to find something that you love and the
Love,
passion. And
passion.
I went to the viewers. You said that you were in she's financially making big bucks, Michael, big bucks with this one on YouTube, and she's decided to go to live. The question? What triggered you specifically to go to being a life coach at this time in your life, in your career?
So again, I'm in church, right?
Okay.
I'm in church, so I help a lot of people, a lot of the ladies, a lot of males.
Mm,
So I've always been mentoring. I've always been mentoring young people, and I noticed that even in my career in corporate America,
mm,
my drive, I would get up just because I knew that
mm,
the team that was around me,
mm.
that they needed guidance, they needed coaching.
Right.
And so I was known in those places as the professor
Right.
to go to, the one who can help you fix it, right?
Right.
So I found that a lot of the junior managers and even senior managers, my peers, would come to me and say, "Hey, Grace, this is what I'm going through. What do you think? What would you suggest?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's what I experienced over the years, and I loved to do it. I love it. I would spend majority of the day doing that, and then working late at night trying to catch up on what
Wow.
because
Wow.
that's I would dread sitting down and doing reports and analyzing and
Mhm.
reconciling. I would dread that, but I would love sitting down with you and talking through whatever is going on. And
So,
so when someone asks me the same question, what is it that you love to do? What is
mhm.
it? And I kept on asking God, what God really and truly, what is my purpose? Because I know that this is not it,
Right. Right.
right?
Right. Right.
And
Right.
so when he really showed it to me, I said, whoa, okay, I can definitely,
Revelation.
yeah.
Revelation.
I
Yeah.
said, I can definitely do that. I've been
Mhm.
doing that,
Mm.
and
Right.
now it's for me to do it on a level where it's now my job. It's now my career, but I don't even call it my job, right? I serve these women. I serve people because this is what I love to do. So even
Right.
if you didn't pay me to do it, I would still do it. I would still
Wow.
do it.
Grace. It's grace. Yeah. My word. You said a lot there. So, you
It
know,
has. because it's my purpose. I mean, I have clients who call me 9 o'clock, 9:30, and then I have to remind them, listen, my hours are done, but what is it that you need? Right? Because I love it. I have people who, hey, I can't really afford what you're offering, and I'll say, hey, okay, I sponsor one person. I give one person sponsorship per quarter. Okay, let's go. So if there's already the program going on, I'll put you in for the next quarter, right?
Right.
So I do that. I do that all the time. But now that it's my bread and butter, I not only am I excited about doing it, but I know that what I'm doing is needed. I know that women need to understand and know their worth. I know that women need to believe in themselves and to capitalize on what God has given to them. I know that they need to know that the job is not their entire life. Money nor a man is not their entire life. There's so much more to life than that. And that's what I'm teaching. And that's why I love to coach these women.
Oh wow, Miss Grace, yeah, Miss Grace, I tell I know that my fans and my viewers on Facebook will really appreciate it. Big up yourself, Junior Luscious. Thanks for your kind comments. Appreciate it. But I know that there are a lot of women who watch my weekly time. We've got a few fans. But I know that what you're saying is so true. And if a lot of people, especially women, get life coaching, you know what? Oh, let me take that away. If a lot of men and women can get life coaching, trust me, especially Jamaicans who believe that especially Jamaican men and women who feel that they're not worth anything, trust me, you will see a bigger difference in Jamaica. And with your experience and what you can bring to this, it's just amazing. And you have found your purpose. You really found your purpose.
Yes.
And I really hope you continue success in that, because guess what? Me still need some life coaching. I'm not perfect, but maybe I'm going to a consulting program and get some life coaching too. Because we never know what our life.
Listen, we're here together, bro, and so for sure, I'll pass on whatever I can help with. I am of the belief that even especially as Black people, right, we no longer need to be at the bottom, but we need to get up there to the top, right? Yeah. I always say, one of my coaches told me this. She said, if I didn't come from a millionaire, allow a millionaire to come from me.
Right.
What does that mean?
You tell me. You're using your language now, the life course, so you have to teach you. I'm not interested in what you're going to tell me what that means, because that me alone. My other viewers want to know what it means.
Right. Yeah, for sure. What does that mean? What does it mean, Grace? Right. Yeah. Like I told you, my mom didn't have much. Right. She did what she could, and she pushed us and she helped us to see that there is more. That we don't have to settle for what she had.
You're right.
Right? And so with that mindset, with that belief, I'm always aiming for more. I'm always aiming for more. So guess what? I may not have the millions yet, but I'm aiming for it. How am I going to get there? By breaking down walls and getting beyond the belief of the limited belief, getting beyond, I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't do it. Before I ever say I can't nowadays, I try it before I say I can't. And even when I think that I can't, I search for a way. How can it be done? Because someone else did it. Right? So I need to go. I need to keep on going. Right? And if I don't get to it, here's the part where you need to understand. If I don't get to it, I need to invest in my kids. And I'm not just talking about financially. I need to be able to push my kids to the level where they can get to it. So I didn't come from a millionaire, but a millionaire can come from me.
Yes.
Because I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep pushing.
Oh, boy. Miss Grace, I tell you the truth. We have 7 minutes leave to 9 o'clock. And I don't think we are even scratch the purpose of being a life coach.
In a nutshell, what do I
No,
do?
no,
I
no.
help.
Listen, before you even start, I'm going to ask you, with your permit, can we do a part 2 on this? Because I think there's more my viewers would like to hear about
Sure,
your life coach.
sure.
And I know your time might be very, you got to, if that's okay with you, before we continue.
For sure. We can do a part 2 for sure.
All right. So, viewers, we have a part 2 about Tisha Johnson. Thanks for sharing your views about this great life coach here. Yes, Miss Grayson. So continue. So we have a live party because we got a few like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, but we just wrap it up in due time. All right. So continue.
Listen, I have a Enough is Enough boot camp coming up on May 15th.
May 15th.
May 15th. Listen, it's on Zoom, so you don't have to worry about, do I have to fly here? Do I have to be? You get the same information because it's on the internet. That's the beauty about where we are now in life.
Right.
I'm giving you so much information. You can take that and run with it.
Right.
You reach out to Sean, or submit to my subscribe to my website, graceisenough.co. Graceisenough.co. And I'm allowing one person for free. One.
I want to be that.
No, you're not in this mix. This is for your viewers. This is for your viewers. We won't put you in the boot camp. We'll put you through the course. How about that? The boot camp is it's a summary. You spend about 4 hours with me and going through all that stuff. You're not getting all the details, but you get enough to start your journey.
So I see you mentioned a course. You have a course too?
I have a course, the Enoughness Academy. Wow. And it's the same where I'm taking you step by step of how to accomplish a mindset of I am enough, right? And a belief that I am enough. I believe that our minds have been so messed up over the years. And that's partially because of culture. It's because of our, the things that impacted us at a younger age, and even still now, right? Our community, the influences. And so, we got to tear down that negative, limited mindset and start anew, start afresh, go beyond. That's how we're going to be able to get to a place that I can do all things, as opposed to just reading it in the Bible or saying it. We'll start believing it, that I can do all things, right? And it's starting in the mind, and it continues with several other things. So the course takes us through that step by step, which has been really, really helpful for a lot of my clients.
Wow. And I see, so you have courses, you have boot camps. What else do you have? Tell me.
As you know, I'm a speaker, and I think you're hinting at the book that's coming out May 31st.
Yes.
May 31st is the book, the goal date for when the book is gonna launch or release. It's called Transition to Freedom. It's where I talk about the 9 steps in leaving corporate America in 9 months. 9 months? Yeah.
Miss Grayson, you leave corporate America in 9 months?
9 months. March.
You leave corporate America for 15, 20 years, and we still can't leave it?
That's because you haven't been planning, Sean. That's a whole new topic. So we're going to get in the second time around. Listen, I left my 6-figure job because I knew my worth. I started understanding my worth. Yeah. I can tell you, by the time I left corporate America, I was making over 1,000. I'm not afraid to say it, because that's why. Why am I just told you, I didn't come from millions, but millions must come from me. Wow. Right? So I'm going by my goal is, by the end of this year, that whatever I used to make is in the wins, because I'm on to better things.
Beautiful.
I'm not worried about that. God has me for bigger things and greater things, right? When I was sitting behind the desk, I couldn't talk to you. I didn't even have the time nor the energy. But now I'll tell the world. I want to tell all the women that I encounter with that they are enough and they're capable of doing so much more. And so they shouldn't settle for anything. The women, the men, anyone out there who are settling. So my book, Transition to Freedom, is giving them 9 steps on how I did it, because I'm sure that if they put it to use, they can do it too.
Wow, powerful words from a powerful sister. You know, it's always good to hear powerful words from a powerful sister, because, you know, your words mean a lot to some sisters who you say who have not found their worth, and they need to find their worth. And, you know, in listening to you for the 45 minutes or 50 minutes or so, you have said a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, it means a lot to me as a man. I know other viewers other men viewers would agree with me that you are the woman. If only another woman would just heed to some of these sound advices you give. But, you know, it's to get to them. So once again, Miss Grace, just remind us of your boot camp date and your website where we can, you know, and your courses, especially the boot camp and May 5th. Just give information one more time.
So the boot camp, you're gonna see it coming out, and Sean will share it whenever he gets it. It's called Enough is Enough, and it's going to happen on May 15th. And again, if you subscribe to graceisenough.co, you'll be able to, I will send you all the information and I'll have that one slot for free. But if you just put in Perspective Sean Feltner's radio live broadcast,
right.
I'll make sure that you get in on the 15th for the 4 hours that we're going to be talking for free. So you can reach me at also the Enoughness Ladies on Facebook. I give away tips and tricks and all that stuff on that Facebook page, in that group, Enoughness Ladies.
Right.
And so you can find it all right there.
Wow, Miss Grace, time has flown by so fast. I can't believe it. But I really
time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, yes. And this is good fun, good information. And I want to tell you, thank you so much for being my first lady interviewee. Thank you again. And I appreciate it. And trust me, we have to have a part 2, because guess what? Life coaching, me need it. A lot of us need it.
Yeah.
And sometimes, although our men full of this macho or ego thing, them still need to hear some things, because guess what? The information you speak is truth to power. And the truth to power is well worth a lot of knowledge.
Yes.
So, Ms. Grace.
Agree.
And Johnson, please, thank you once again.
Thank you.
And I will talk to you off the air about
that
my viewers can get
to
go, and we talk. So have a wonderful night. Be safe.
Likewise.
And big up Mr. Nehemiah for me, the pastor.
Will do. Thank you all for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I said thank you.
And we'll talk.
All right, talk. Thank you, Miss Grace. Have a good night. So, my viewers, as you see, Miss Grace Ann Johnson, she gave us a lot tonight, and she has committed to come back again. But remember, I want to send on my Facebook page about all the activities that she be having, especially the boot camp, May 15th. And if you're interested in a course to do that, if you feel that you need more knowledge to help people to like what she's doing, because she has found her purpose, please tune in to her and find out information so you can be part of our process. Because guess what? We need to reach, especially our women, more in Jamaica. Our brothers, my brothers, yeah, we need more information to help other brothers too. Because guess what? No one is perfect. No one's the island. So remember, make sure you continue to wear a mask, wash your hands, social distancing, and most importantly, make sure you get your vaccination. Get your vaccine. Not whatever the macho thing, but me not getting no, get your vaccine. Because guess what? The vaccine you get may save many other people's lives. And you might not, so please, my Facebook family on YouTube, get your vaccination as soon as possible. That's what I mean. Get my own too. But when you go for make appointment, like all over the place. Yes, it's book out. But to the grace of God, I should soon have my own vaccination. Because I pass the age now. It was a 16 and older. I'm 50 and older now. So, my time well past already. So I need to get my thing together, get back together. So, my Facebook family, once again, thank you for joining my perspective another week. Make sure you keep safe. Until then, I will see you next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. US time, 7 p.m. Jamaica time. Stay tuned. One love, and God bless.